everybody. Welcome back to KPR Network. I'm your host, Rashonda Hayes, aka Ro, and I'm joined by two kings here.
Purge 55, all the way live, baby. We here. We ain't going nowhere.
That's right. Hey, what's up, Buzz? What's up, bro? It's your man,
What's going
Oliver.
on?
All right, Oliver Baker, you know what I'm saying? AKA Bake Boogie, also known as your mama's favorite stepdaddy. You did.
I don't think that's ever gonna get old.
Hey,
I love it.
As long as there's nobody coming after me with no child support checks, child
Right.
support issues, we good. I'm gonna keep saying it.
Right. You guys had a good week?
Yes, thank you for asking. Yeah, how about you?
Yeah. It was pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Things is on the up and up. Last week we talked about how this was, the beginning of a new month, and it's the last quarter of 2022. So, we making it all count.
Yeah,
that's right.
Thank you, Ro, for doing that, because ever since you made that prevalent about this is a new month, this is the last quarter, I've been just getting blessings and just focus. My focus is more is clear. So yeah. I thank you for that. Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Ro, some of our brothers shot out the gate this month, though, didn't they?
Oh, man. Yeah. So, y'all's boy, y'all's favorite, huh? Kanye West. It's like, it's one of those things where, I try not to talk down on people, especially people I don't know him personally, right? And yet, nevertheless, it's just the things that he does, the things he says, what he comes out with. It's just like, come on, Kanye. And I found out this week I wasn't trying to give him too much of my attention and my energy, because it's just always something, and it just never fails, So, for those who don't know, he came out with this shirt, said, "White Lives Matter." What y'all take on that? I mean, because of course, it had everybody outraged. And I don't know if you guys saw, what's the rapper's name, Mos Def? He came out with a shirt where he blacked out the V, and it says "White Lives Matter."
Yeah. And you know what? Only thing I had an issue with say the V wasn't dark enough. You know what I mean?
It wasn't, right?
I needed him to peel the V off. Yeah, I needed him to take the V
off. Peel it off.
Yeah. So what's y'all's take? Where do you think? Where is he going with this? What is it about? I didn't watch none of the interviews. If y'all caught the interviews that he did regarding it, what's going on?
You got it, Buzz.
Oh, well, for me, I like I said, it always goes back to distraction with Kanye. He's mastered the art of distraction. He's mastered the art of shock value. Mm-hmm. He's got a black belt in it, and the powers that be know it. And I think he gets fed whatever he gets fed to do this.
So you think he's a puppet?
He's definitely an Agent Smith. He's definitely an Agent Smith. He and on top of that, he knows he's an Agent Smith. He's that cousin that we know that you don't want to invite to your house. But you love him,
Yeah. He make a good socket Timmy cake every year. That's the only thing he can do. You know what I mean?
Right. What's your take on it?
You know what? I think sellout is not even the definition that we can use at this point. The man has, he's like Bud say, a double agent. I think he's worse than the Ku Klux Klan. Because what you're doing is, Kanye, if you listen, or any of his people, what he's doing is he's promoting white supremacy. And here we are trying to struggle to get out of this ideology. See, it's not always about tangible things like money and that type of stuff. It's also, psychological. And so what you're telling people is, which we already know, is that white lives matter. we know white lives matter because when it comes against us and them, their lives matter more so than ours, according to how history has treated us. So the reason why we had, Black Lives Matter, right, the slogan, is because of how we've been treated by these white lives that have been mattering. And so nobody needed to be reminded about, something that's the obvious, right? So
Right.
yeah, it was a jackass move, and I'm glad Obama called him a jackass back then. He's a jackass today.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the same guy who came out. This is what we got to remember, y'all. This is the same guy who came out and said slavery was a choice. So what can we expect? What can we expect from someone who says that? Who even feels that way?
But when you come from the person who goes against the grain and say George Bush don't care about Black people, and we put you up because that he got put up on a pedestal at that point. We were like, oh yeah, you finally said what we needed to say, but look what you at now. Harriet Tubman didn't do shit.
Yeah, see. And that's one of the reasons why I don't want to give him any of my personal attention, because like you said, it's all shock value. And who really knows? I mean, what was that, Bake? You said he did an interview and he was talking about he was on drugs. So basically what? He didn't want to be held accountable for what he was saying because he was drugs.
No, that was Pudge. I mentioned that. Hit that.
Yeah, that was we'll put that. I'll put that up on the episode. On this episode, it's he was giving him and Candace Owens were at TMZ giving their interview
and everything because I was drugged the fuck out, bro. And I'm not drugged out. These pills that they want me to take 3 of a day, I take 1 a week, maybe 2 a week. Y'all had me scared of myself, of my vision. So I took some pills so I wouldn't go to hospital and prove everyone right. We are drugged out. We are following other people's opinions. We are controlled by the media. And today it all changes. You got Tupac and Lennon in that hallway. Today it all changes. We need to think how to think free. We need to be free thinkers. Then we need to learn how to feel free. People say feel free, but we don't even know how to feel free or think free. Say what you feel, positive or negative. I just got off the phone with J. Cole. He said, how'd you feel when they said the Crips is gonna kill you? I said, man, that was the headline. But when they said they wanted to beat me up, I said, that's great. They're my brothers. They love me. They don't want nothing to happen to Ye. They just want to beat some sense into me. I love Daz. I love the Crips. I love the Bloods. I love everyone. How many people how many people felt something that I said today? Raise a hand if you felt something that I said today. Do you feel that I'm do you feel that I'm being free and I'm thinking free?
Yes.
I actually don't think you're thinking anything. I think what you're doing right now is actually the absence of thought. And the reason why I feel like that, because Kanye, you're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to believe whatever you want. But there is fact and real world, real life consequence behind everything that you just said. And while you are making music and being an artist and living the life that you've earned by being a genius, the rest of us in society have to deal with these threats to our lives. We have to deal with the marginalization that has come from the 400 years of slavery that you said for our people was a choice. Every day we have to walk into that truth while you choose to say things that, to be honest with you, dog, are nonsensical. You want to think freely? That's fine. I'll combat your free thought with my free thought because mine is grounded in a reality that I've been given and a reality that I'm going to change, but I'm not going to do it by pretending that the enemies are on the same team as me.
And he starts going off. The guy asked him a question and he kind of snapped, and went on his little rant. And he's like, y'all got to understand that I was taking pills. I was high as hell when I said that. And it's like, So you're supposed to get a pass?
That sounds like he's just not taking any accountability.
He has no account, and that's what the guy and the brother that works at TMZ. I don't know who the brother was that he spoke against him, but he shut him down and was like,
yeah, I saw that comeback.
Yeah,
I saw clips.
You gotta be accountable. The number one thing that the guy was saying, you gotta be accountable.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, you're accountable. You can be drunk, skunk, whatever you want to call it, high, whatever, but you still got to be accountable for your actions.
Well, see, here's the thing too. We've been giving this man a pass because we've been blaming it on mental health, right? But at some point, I'm with you, Buzz. At some point, like there has to be some accountability. Your team, needs to be accountable. Your family. Everything, because you're a brand now, what I'm saying? You're a conglomerate, really. And what you're doing is you're ruining it for yourself. I hear Adidas is pulling their thing. So now we got to talk about health, right? Or mental health.
Right.
And the well-being state, because it's not healthy, actually, for your physical health, to be out there doing what you're doing, what I'm saying? On all sides, white people's side, black people's side, and then just from a mental health standpoint, like you're making people socially, have some conversations that's not healthy. You know what I mean? Because they're not going into a healthy place. You know what I'm saying? These talks have been violent. Yeah, have you heard what Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene was on stage talking about? Like they're openly calling for civil war.
Is that right? What was this?
Death. They're asking for death.
This past weekend. Yeah, they're asking for death and stuff. Yeah.
Death of who? Death of who?
Of Democrats, people on the left, us basically. You know what I'm saying? Woke. Yeah. And so no, this thing is much, much, much more deeper than just Kanye. Like it's a sickness going on. And people are
Go ahead. I'm sorry, babe.
No, I was just saying there's a sickness going on and people are not being diagnosed for the real issue. Like the homie called, we're going to have to do a show on that, is this trauma thing that we haven't gotten around. Everybody kept saying, oh, Kanye's mom and all this other stuff. But what about everybody else who's got the same and maybe even worse trauma than what, you don't know what the fuck I've been through. You know what I'm saying? Kanye ain't did nothing, ain't got no more trauma than me or Ro or Pudge.
So why should he get a pass? Why should he get a pass? Because he wants
so why do you get a pass? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's because and then they last thing they start talking about genius and all this other stuff. And I'm like, where? I don't see a genius. The music sucks, the clothes suck, the shoes suck. Where's the genius?
None.
Well, I think his first album, and when you go back, to me, the genius was with the first couple albums, right? Yeah. And then he did a lot of music for other people. Some of Jay-Z's hits were produced by, the beats were by Kanye. So yeah, there was a time, and I think that refers to his music. But this other thing, I don't know. Sometimes I think some people try to be such intellectuals. Sometimes you can try to be such an intellectual, you make an ass out of yourself.
You're good at sampling. He's good at sampling music. I ain't gonna say he's a good producer. He's good at sampling music.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not impressed by that, huh?
Yeah, he's borderline puppy on some of his beats.
Yeah,
they be offbeat a lot of times. They don't even sync up a lot of times. Man, fuck that nigga. Hey, let's talk about something. You hear me? I'm getting mad now, dog. Yeah, man. Hey, matter of fact, go listen to I got a diss on him on my Instagram. That big nasty.
Hopefully the brother gets the help that he needs. I'm not even going to say.
Ro, don't you think this goes back to what we were talking about earlier about pleasing massa?
Yeah,
because he would remember, like we said, his first early albums, he was good.
Mm-hmm.
Started fucking with Jay-Z, like you said, and then that's when it started getting a little wavy.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
wait a minute, but we can't blame Jay-Z on it now. Wait a minute, why?
Fuck that.
Why you gotta blame Jay-Z?
Hey, if you can fuck Jay-Z, fuck that cool camel looking motherfucker. Fuck him.
Oh, you not a Jay-Z fan?
Hell no. That
Is
corrupt
that right?
That corrupt motherfucker, he is corrupt. I mean, come on. I mean, I haven't heard one good story about that motherfucker. One.
Well, I heard that he was, helping some people out. Some of the people who was protesting that went to jail, didn't he bail them out, or the black people that he bailed them out, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, he did.
It was he picked which ones. He didn't go get to the ones that was out there really doing the work. That's what I'm saying. You guys, when they freed somebody, they freed the motherfucker that was on the outside. Not the guy who was in there with torches and shit, trying to get shit going.
He ain't free political prisoners. That's what Buzz telling you.
Free no political.
Okay.
The political prisoners are still in jail.
These niggas, they get overjoyed when they free criminals and shit. People who they killed and sold drugs to communities, that they want them to get pardoned. But for people who are in jail unjustly because of political stuff, like our sister Asada and all that, they don't want them to be freed. And we living in a backward society, man, and it's sad because that's why we dying early. You know what I'm saying?
Well, because it's the things that we're glorifying. We're glorifying trauma, and this glorification of trauma is what's leading to all these mental health problems. It's a lot of glorification of trauma. It's also this need to be perfect, and this need to be on certain pedestals. I don't know if you guys know, but recently I was reading some articles about all these, people from like 2021 to present that have been committing suicide, white and black people, male and female. And, they, it's just this need to, because they're under so much pressure, right? Mm-hmm. They're under so much pressure to perform. And I'm wondering if this pressure to perform, this pressure to be everything, the all, and maybe I wonder if that is Kanye's issue too, or people that have this, I don't know, this delusion of grandeur, of grandeur.
Yeah, because in the fashion world, if I'm looking at his clothing, he's underperforming.
Oh, I definitely would never buy any of his clothes or shoes. I've never looked at it like, "Ooh, I want that."
You wouldn't wear them big old boots? You wouldn't wear them
all is a mess.
Them boot stoppers.
Hey, I know he was looking at some old Soul Train videos like, oh, I need to look at that girl with them boots.
I have no idea. His clothes actually look like slave clothes to me.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
I really just don't understand. But
where's the king and queen? Where's the king and queen type of gear? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got the garbage bags.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. It looks like some Gucci slave.
Yeah. It's a mess. It's a mess.
And I heard him say, you know what? The public needs to get down with what I'm doing. What? So what? Yeah. He
sends too many mixed messages for anybody to get behind him and stand behind him. He's not consistent with the things that he says at all. So, nobody can get with him, until he becomes consistent. Pick a side, Kanye.
Hey, where's your mental what do you call it? Thing that you have, schizophrenia, whatever it is. You don't even talk about that no more.
But it sounds like an addict. Y'all.
He said that he was going through that?
Yeah, he said he's schizophrenic or something. He got some disease. He ain't got no disease. He just cut.
But see, is that again him not wanting to take responsibility? The minute he gets called out, then he wants to blame it on some substance.
I'm on drugs. I was on drugs. I'm schizophrenic. My wife, this, that.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
That's what it sounds like. That's exactly.
I think he ain't never been right since Amber Rose stuck that finger in his booty. You remember that?
You know what?
Once Amber got up in there,
she did that prostate check. He ain't never been the same, boy.
You know what?
She got that tutor.
You out for that one. I completely forgot all about that one.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, you guys, let's touch on that though. Like last week, we did talk about how we were going to talk this week about health, and particularly with Black men. You know, just really wanting to see Black men. I really want to just see Black men take better care of themselves. I'm on my own journey of health. You know, my man is on his journey. You know, it's so many men though that don't go to the doctor, that don't get those checkups, that have so much bottled in, don't do therapy. And you guys, if you checked out some of our shows from the very beginning when KPR first started, we were talking about these things, but it's an ongoing discussion because mental health matters. If we gonna put anything on a shirt, we need to put that. Mental health matters. And what do you guys take on that? Where are you guys? Are y'all taking care of yourselves?
I love that shirt. First of all, we really, that needs to be. Don't bite it. Hey, somebody bite what Ro had. We coming for our percentage. You know what I'm talking about? But no. Yeah, mental health, physical health. Like you say, you know, we got our people dying at an early. You know, our grandparents and stuff lived to 90s and 100. You know. We're dying in our 50s and our 60s. You know, I know that some of it is due to, you know, our conditions, where we live, you know, our economic, how we can get our intake of food, and, you know, are we eating meat? You know, Ro had mentioned about blood types. I think for us, it's about being educated and knowing who you are, inside and out. And yes, it is very, very important, men, to you know, get checked on.
Yeah, I recently got a book called Eat Right for Your Blood Type, and it was this sister actually on TikTok talking about that. And there's a test actually that you can purchase on Amazon. I think the single test is like $8, or you can get a package of like 3 tests and it's like $21. And you can find out what your blood type is. They give you like all the little stuff where you prick your skin, your thumb or whatever for the blood. And they give you all the instructions. So, you know, I pretty much knew what mine was already, but I just wanted to confirm it. And just going through this book, y'all, and just, it makes a lot of sense, you know, when it comes to like things that we shouldn't eat as Black people, you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, you know, there's differences between type O, type A, negative, A, B, you know, positive, you know, it's, I think it's worth having. And I think that, you know, if you don't get the book, I think there's enough information now where you can research this online. You can Google it and find a lot of research for yourself. But it's very important, you know, for just us to just know our bodies, know what we're made of, know what's good for us and what's not good for us. I'm a meat eater. Sorry to the vegans out there, you know, don't come for me. Don't come for me. Okay. We ain't all arrived yet, you know. I know Pudge, DJ Pudge, I know Pudge, you not on the meat. You still not on the meat?
I'm light chicken here and there, but I'm still like I'm greens and fruits.
That's right. And I'm learning to incorporate more of that into my regimen. You know, however, I still haven't got away from the meat, but I'm learning how to choose better meats, you know, meats that are considered grass-fed, you know, things like that. So it takes a lot of work, and it's not something that happens overnight. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like all these foods, especially the sugar, and they doing so much to this food today. We went to a restaurant once. They, you know, brought the chicken. I ain't never seen a chicken leg so big in my life. I'm like, what was this chicken doing? What was this chicken eating? This leg is huge.
Or
You know,
It's on
or
both.
you get them little wings. I'll be like, wait a minute, what they
yeah,
got?
the
I'm a
wings.
baby chick.
I mean, you know, so it's like we really got to be careful. And you know, I know from cooking our food more, we have more control. We have way more control when we cook our food at home of what spices and seasonings we can use, because you go to these restaurants and of course they have to use so much because they have to preserve this food.
You know what?
They have to make it last.
Bro, I just want to mention this because this is one of things that I'm very proud of. I have all these different Lowry's. Lowry's got a series of salt-free seasonings.
Is
Get
that right?
guys? Yes.
Oh,
You
I
don't
didn't
have
even
to.
know
You
that.
don't have to season your food with salt. And it's helped me and my household tremendously.
Well, you know what? I was listening to this dude once, and he was like, "Y'all don't really like chicken." He said, because if you like chicken, you can eat it without the seasoning. So what you really like are the seasonings. That's so true. Because plain chicken, you ever had any plain chicken? You be like, if y'all don't throw some salt and pepper and some seasonings on here.
And chicken breast be dry if you don't cook it right. You know
exactly.
I ain't even touching the chicken breast if it ain't seasoned shit. You ain't getting the time of day.
Yeah.
I mean, just because I think that all of it ties into our mental health. I know for myself, when I struggled with anxiety years ago, one of the things that helped me, and it was a natural thing, because of course the doctors, Western medicine is always trying to run you a prescription for something, right? To really just mask the symptoms. They don't really tell you, what you should and shouldn't do, should and shouldn't eat. They don't really go into that, but I started walking, and so that's something that I'm going to be incorporating. I've been doing a different type of exercise now for the past few months, but I'm going to be incorporating, more of that walking, more of that cardio. It's not even just about losing weight, y'all. It's about, it helps with your emotions. It helps
your
with
endorphins,
stress.
your endorphins. Fly.
Yes, the dopamine in your body that can have you up and excited, you know what I'm saying? And on that natural high. You know what I mean?
You should try intermediate fasting too.
Yes, I've read a lot about the intermittent fasting.
That's a good way to cut your meat. That's how I started really cutting my meat down, was intermediate fasting. Just eating not eating a whole bunch in the morning, just having a fruit, a good piece of fruit like melon. And then water, and then tea, and then have your, like, about 1 o'clock, have something substantial, but not crazy, and then you go light, again, and then you, like, about 5 o'clock, have another, your major meal. You shouldn't be eating after 8 o'clock. Anything heavy after 8 o'clock.
True indeed.
I agree with that. And I'm no fitness guru, y'all. Those of you watching, you know what I'm saying? I'm on my journey, but as the more I get into my journey, the more I want people to join. I want to see us as a people healthy, healthy, wealthy, and wise.
And you know what, too, though? I'm gonna say, and not trying to because I've been there, but the drugs, y'all. The drugs, man. The drugs is killing us. So if you can somehow wean yourself off of that habit, the better you'll be.
That's true.
Yeah. Because weed ain't even like how it used to be back in the days.
No, but I mean, but they do. They got a lot of pills now. They got this meth going. They putting the fentanyl in the powder. They got heroin. It's all it's just a lot of drugs out there. And,
I guess we're not even really classifying weed no more, huh? Because
we ain't really classifying
we ain't really talking about weed anyway right now.
Biden just say he canceling all the weed convictions. So,
that's good.
But it's,
the kids are even huffing right now. They huffing bug spray now.
See,
it's like people chasing that next high.
Yeah.
Yep.
People are chasing that next high. Real quick, Pudge, can you tell them where they can tune in to our shows?
Yes, I can. You can check us out on YouTube at the KPR Network. or KPR Network. On Instagram, you can check us out at KPR_network. And then check us all our pages out. Follow us. Follow each and every one of us, and we'll let you know.
But don't follow me if you're talking about you invest in Bitcoin. I don't want your artwork.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, I don't want your artwork. I got enough cartoons.
Yeah, look, and I don't want no more Babaloo owls either in my inbox telling me they had a vision and the ancestors want to tell me something. Nah, if the ancestors want to tell me something, they gonna tell me. I don't need you want me to pay you $1,000 for my ancestors to tell me something. They can tell me in my dreams. They don't I don't need to give you $1,000.
He thought he had one, bro. He thought he had one.
Man, he ain't gonna get me. But yeah, you guys. So we talked about therapy even in the past. You know what I'm saying? Therapy is something that's always been taboo for us as a people, but it's needed. I mean, it broke my heart to read these articles about all these suicides and these young people. Anywhere from 18 to I think the oldest was 30, and the one that was 30 was a sister, beautiful young lady, had been in pageants, and it was just terrible to see. I mean, she jumped to her death from a building. And I mean, it's just like, gosh, like what's going on in somebody's mind? That's violence against yourself. And I think it's just in that one moment, that one split moment where they just feel like they can't take it no more.
Ray J was just talking about he going to jump, online. Ray J
ain't jumping nowhere.
but he said it though.
I hope not. And see, we can't even play with it though. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't play with it.
Him, bro.
And if.
But that's the Kanye move. That's a Kanye move. You saying something that you shouldn't be saying just for that shock. That shock about we know you ain't gonna. Why would you? We know you love your kids. I know you love your kids. I know you love your family. You ain't.
When he did the one wish, when he was walking with the one wish.
That's why he wanted to jump.
No, did he fall?
You know what? God forgive me. You know what? But no. On the real though, y'all. Like, I hope that his family has reached out to him. Like, are you serious? Like when your family starts saying stuff like that, we may joke, be like, he ain't gonna do it, but hopefully his folks is like checking in on him.
Again, drugs, all that ecstasy, all that kind of stuff, it makes you like that. I've been there. That's what I'm saying. I've been there. And when you come to your senses, you finally realize, man, I was just in a fog, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of that stuff's not even who you are as an individual, but so yeah, we wish the best for anybody that's going through substance abuse. Please go and get some help.
Get some help.
Yeah, and anybody struggling with suicidal thoughts too. There's a national hotline, the suicide hotline that you can call. Please call and talk to somebody. And
the people that get the call, it might be one of us. Don't reject the person trying to reach out for help.
That's right.
True.
Yeah,
that's one of the number one reasons why the suicides are happening, because they're reaching out, but there's nobody who's catching that rope.
Yeah. So, brothers, I just want to start seeing y'all go to the doctor. Hey, y'all too. Do y'all be going to the doctor? Y'all get your regular checkups, or
I have just got my card. I just got my insurance card finally after a year of fighting for it. So now I'm gonna be able to start going to the doctor. Yes,
that's right.
Yeah, I got an old crazy Ethiopian doctor. She cool as hell, but yeah.
Why she gotta be Ethiopian?
No, why she gotta be a crazy Ethiopian, right?
Because she crazy.
I know.
As soon as I come in, she's like, "Oh Lord." Your blood pressure. That's why I got the Lowry's. That's why I got the Lowry's.
Lowry's.
Yeah, you guys. So I mean, because I don't know if that's if the whole what's really going on, like back to Kanye, just thinking about his mental health and, you know, maybe therapy is needed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I talked a lot about, but it's just because we care. And, you know, we don't want to have our community so divided by politics that really aren't for us. You know what I'm saying? It's so frustrating, you know. So, and like to say, in our frustration, all we want is the best for everybody, you know, and the best for all people, right? But especially our people, underprivileged people, you know, people of color who've been treated so wrong in this country, you know. And like I say, so when it comes to the health, we got to treat ourselves right.
Definitely. We got to start loving on ourselves more. Stop seeking all this outer approval from these other people. If they ain't loving us completely by now, that's why we got to love ourselves, and we got to start being better toward one another. But the way to do that is to always start being better towards ourselves first, right?
That's right. Because if we sick, how can we, you know, be a healer to anyone else?
Yeah. And it's a lot of wounded healers out there too. You know, we've all been wounded in some way. We've all gone through trauma, but we can take what we've learned through it, the wisdom that we gain for it, and just teach, you know, help each other and teach each other. So that's where we are.
That's right. That's where we are now. And we teaching y'all, and we ain't getting paid $1,000. Hey, it's free to hit the like button, though. It's free to hit the like button, though.
That's right. Free to hit the like button, free to share it as well, you know. And so as we close, you guys got any closing thoughts?
No, we good. I'm good.
Subscribe
to the channel. Subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe to the channel. And for brothers out there, you know, you haven't been to the doctor in a year, please go get that checkup. They even have free clinics. I know they do. They got them out there, y'all.
Yeah.